So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology, and welcome to my Google Pixel 6 Pro close-up video. Now, what I want to do in this video is give you more of a close-up look at the Google Pixel 6 Pro. As in my first look, I was kind of just giving my impressions and I didn't showcase the hardware to my liking. Now, Google did send this out as a gift from Google, hashtag gift from Google, and I'm a part of Team Pixel, just so you're aware of that, full disclosure. I'll also disclose that down below in the description. But right now, we're not able to do the review, but I can showcase to you the hardware. So let's get really close in and take a look at this back camera right here. So I just want you to kind of get an idea of what you're going to get here. You can see that a very different design from past Pixel devices right there. You can see that we have the triple camera setup. And also, I want to give you a look at this camera from an angle from the side so you can kind of see how it does stick off the body right there. Now, one thing to note about smartphones in general, to get these good cameras in these phones these days, you kind of got to have, you know, a little bit of a bump. So there's that. You can see on the back. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Sorta Sunny color. Now, for all of these Pixels, they do have two tones right here for these newer Pixel devices. So that's something right there. And there is the G logo. And if we come down a bit more, you'll see there's no FCC logos or anything like that. Now let's take a look at the side profile of this device very up close. That was the point. I wanted to get really close so you can kind of get an idea of what this looks like at the macro level right here, this hardware. So you can see there's your buttons right there, volume rocker, and then coming down, you could see right there. Now take a look at the corners. We'll take a look at the bottom of the device as well. Let me back it out just a little bit here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the bottom of this phone. See, that's how it looks at the bottom of the device. You can see that is how the display looks on the edges. It does look like a curved panel here. And then you'll see right there, SIM card tray on the left for this device. And there you go. Looks like an antenna line. And there is the top portion. And here is the top of the Google Pixel 6 Pro. You can see how that looks. A little bit different there overall. And looking at the bezels, you can kind of see that's how they look right there. And how does the display spill off the edges? There we go. So that's kind of how it's going to look in that aspect. Now, okay, so I want to showcase to you how this looks in my hand. Now I have a pretty large hand. So you can see right there, it's a large device. And you can see kind of how it fits in the back as well. So definitely takes up, you know, most of the space there. So large Pixel, more large than ever before. And let's get a look at the back from this angle right here. You can kind of see how it does look from that element. It looks different. It looks different than Pixels before. So that's definitely a nice take overall. I noticed the hardware does have these antenna lines that are right here on both sides, exactly the same size on both sides, and then exactly the same spot on both sides. Same for at the bottom, you'll see one right there, and then you'll also see one right here. So let's go ahead now and pull out that SIM card and see how that looks, because I didn't go ahead and show you that in the first look either. So let me go ahead and pop that out. Kind of see how this looks right here. So this is going to be your SIM card tray right there. It does say Google on there. And then you can see if I get a little bit closer on this, that's going to color code and match the aluminum on the edges right here. Now, people were asking me about the spec, the technical specification of the sides. It is aluminum. So if you think it's stainless steel just because it looks that way, it's not. That's an aluminum. It's a polished aluminum. Now let's get a look at how this looks from this angle right here. So you can see we do have, it doesn't look quite the same in every angle. Some angles are better, some angles are worse, but that's going to really be up to your opinion to decide. So Google Pixel 6 Pro, definitely changing what you might think of a Pixel device. Let's go ahead and take a look at the bottom dip right there. We didn't really look at it from this angle. See, my whole point here is I want to give you all the angles so you know what you're getting when you get your device right here. And this is what it looks like from the side when I'm not zoomed all the way in. And then when I flip it over to this side, gonna be pretty symmetrical on both sides right there. And this is what it looks like from the bottom when I'm not zoomed all the way in. And this is what it looks like from an angle when I'm not zoomed all the way in. And this is what it looks like from an angle when I'm not zoomed all the way in. And that's kind of what it looks like from a top view angle right there. What about on the table? We can go ahead and take a look at this hardware on the table. You can see that's kind of how it does look right there. If it's just sitting flat on a table, let me go ahead and put it upside down the other way, face down on a table. That's how it's going to look right there. Now there's also one more antenna line I didn't mention. It's at the bottom of the phone right here. You'll see it right there. And the last thing I want to take a look at is how this display wraps around the top up here. So if we take a look closely here, this is how it kind of looks right here. And then we take a look right there. So yeah, that's basically a close-up look of the Google Pixel 6 Pro here. So what I want to know from you is, what do you guys want to know about the actual hardware, about the glass, about, you know, how this phone is going to feel before I conduct a full review? I'm actually in the review process right now, so go ahead and let me know what you want to know about the feel of the hardware, because this whole video was about hardware. Do you want to know about the sides? What do you want to know about the camera bump? What do you want to know about the actual glass material? What do you want to know? Let me know down below in the comment section of this video. If you found it helpful, entertaining, informing, do me a favor, click that like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't already. Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Be sure to be well, and peace.